The body.
Okay, guys, let's do a little recap of the lesson. So today we're talking about solving rational equations. So it's a fraction equal to a fraction. Anytime you have a fraction equal to a fraction, you can cross multiply. So we did that. We went and cross multiplied this to this and this to this, which gave us an x plus 5 times an x plus 5 equals my x plus 2 times my x plus 1. Then I foiled it out. They foiled it out, and we recognized that, wait a minute, we've got x squared on both sides. So if we subtract x squared, that disappears. And I'm just going to solve for x all the way down to negative 9. But before we're finished, we actually have to look at our restrictions. We know that x cannot equal negative 2. X cannot equal 5. Negative 2 plus 2 is 0. Divided by 0 is bad. 5 plus 5 is 0. Bad. So the two answers, it can never be, this problem is it can never be negative 2 or 5. Luckily for us, the answer is negative 9. It's a good solution. Okay? All right, now, on the next example, before we even start, we know x cannot be 5, better not be 5, and it better not be negative 2, because if it's either one of those two answers, we got to throw those answers out. So then what we did is, right off the bat, we recognized that we can multiply both sides by x minus 5. If we do that, we multiply by x minus 5, it will cancel, and the problem becomes a little bit easier, okay? And then if I cross multiply, fraction equal fraction, I will be able to, after I FOIL it, I got a x squared. I recognize that with an x squared I'm probably going to need to factor, so I brought over the x, I subtracted x, brought over 5, subtracted 5, and I wound up with x squared plus 2x minus 3 after I simplified it. I can factor that as positive 3, negative 1, but of course with many equations the answer is just the opposite, negative 3 and 1. Now, are those answers okay? Yeah, the only things they can't be is negative 2 and 5, so I will keep those answers, okay? Now, on these next three examples, we just see Jerame, Donna, and Quentin saving the same problem we just did, just in three different ways. All of the ways work fine. I just prefer to do it the way we did, okay? Now, turn the page, and we finally find Jake. Jake's got a totally different problem. And what Jake saw is that if I factored the denominator here, and he did, x minus 4, x plus 2, then, and he also factored the numerator, then he could make this problem significantly easier. If you see this, then once you factor, if you cancel, you're making the problem a lot easier. Okay, and then we just multiplied by the common denominator, x minus 4 on both sides. That cancels that, and then we can just solve and get x equals 1. Is that okay? Is that answer okay? Yes, because the only thing x cannot be 4, cannot be negative 2, but x equals 1 is okay, so yes, we keep that answer. Sorry, I went off the page, okay? My bad. Okay, then we looked at a problem that Seth did. Okay, Seth's got three fractions. So when you get three different fractions, you cannot cross multiply. Don't cross multiply. But what you do is you multiply it by the common denominator, okay? So we factored out an x, and we realized the common denominator was x times x minus 4 for all of them. So if you multiply everything by the common denominator, okay? So I multiply by x times x minus 4, x times x minus 4, x times x minus 4. And that's what they did too. They multiplied everything by the common denominator, and what happens is it cancels out the fraction. So x times x minus 4 cancels, I'm left with just 6. X's cancel, I'm left with 4 times x minus 4. The x minus 4's cancel, and I'm just left with 2x. And then it's no longer a fraction. I can solve for x, and I get x equals 5. Is that answer okay? Yes, because the only thing x cannot be is 0 and 4. Those are my restrictions. So x equals 5 will work. Okay? Then finally we got one, Sidone. Sidone recognized the same thing. We got three fractions. Don't cross multiply, find the common denominator. So the common denominator in this case is x times x minus 4. So if you multiply everything by x times x minus 4, x times x minus 4, and x times x minus 4, you'll get cancel. You'll cancel the x. You'll cancel the x minus 4, and then it becomes just an algebra problem where you get x equals 5, okay? All right, there you have it. Now, that's all I have. So then we also did a worksheet for homework, and then if you need any extra help, come see me, and I'll help you, okay? That's it for the day.